of you in SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. I am Dr. Deepak Gavade. Today we are going to learn a topic, English usage in communication, from FY.BA class of Communication Skills in English 2 subject. See, dear students, this is the first module of this particular course, English usage in communication. In today's lecture, we are going to learn about difference between American English and British English. Then we will see what is Indianism and Indian English, what is the difference between Indianism, Indian English. Appropriacy in the use of English, how we have to use English appropriately. Then what is non-verbal communication, what is the use of non-verbal communication. Then elevator pitch. After that we will see information and communication technology and use of English. Then we will learn about modes and types of interviews, and the last point is principles of creative writing. So let's begin with the very first point, that is difference between American English and British English. Now, in previous term, you came to know about the different varieties of English language. I mean, you know that English is having different varieties, that is American English, British English, Australian English, Canadian English, Indian English. So, today we will discuss about the basic difference between American English and British English. Now, from the name itself, you come to know that these are the two varieties of English language spoken, particularly one is spoken in America and other is spoken in particularly in Britain. So, American English and British English are the varieties of English language. Now, what is the difference between these two varieties of English language? The very first difference is with the spellings. There are certain spelling differences in American English and British English. If we take the example, for example, in American English, the spellings like color, favor, these spellings end with OR. Means color spelling is here COLOR, favor spelling is FAVOR. Whereas in British English, the same words, their spelling ends with OUR. That is the basic difference in the spelling. When in British English, we write the spelling of the color as COLOUR and the spelling of favor FAVOUR. This is the basic difference. Mean spelling differences are there in American English and in British English. After that, there are the differences in the vocabulary. The words are used differently. There are different words. For example, in America, they might say sidewalk, while in Britain, it's pavement, or elevator in America and it's a lift in Britain. So this is the basic difference in vocabulary in American English and British English. Then there are the basic differences which we can call as the pronunciation disparity. Pronunciation is different also. You may be knowing that American accent is different than the British accent. Okay. So basically in India we follow the British accent. Okay. As well as we follow the received pronunciation for the uniformity of the speaking English language. Now after this, moving ahead, try to understand what is Indianism and Indian English. See, Indian English is also the variety of English language. The English which we speak in India, that we call it as a Indian English, and the peculiarities of English language which is spoken by the Indians, that is called as a Indianism in English. So Indianism and English are unique aspects of English language which is spoken in India. So Indianism refers to phrases, items or expressions used in India that might not be commonly used or understood in other English speaking countries, means particularly those phrases or those words we use in India. For example, we say cousin brother, cousin sister. So these words are used only in India, cousin brother. Actually the word cousin is enough. But we Indians, we use these words cousin brother and cousin sister. Even we say ATM machine, but actually the machine is already there in this ATM. Automated teller machine is the full form of ATM, but we use ATM machine. So these are the peculiarities which we call as a Indianism. As well as if we ask the name to someone, we say, what is your good name? So there is no such a good name, there is only a name. So instead of asking what is your name, Indians most of the time you find they ask what is your good name. So this is we call as a Indianism in Indian English. So Indian English has its own distinct vocabulary as well as it is having its own grammar and pronunciation. This pronunciation is particularly influenced by Indian languages and regional dialects, because in India there are regional languages and these regional languages are having the impact on English pronunciation. So we can easily understand from where the person belongs, from the tone or from the accent the person is speaking English language also. Even if we consider the vocabulary, the words like chutney, bungalow, avatar, they are also having their roots in Indian languages. So this is called as a Indianism and Indian English. Then let's try to understand what is appropriacy in the use of English. Appropriacy, that is appropriateness. See, when we are speaking, writing English language, we have to follow certain rules. These rules may be the rules of grammar, the sentence structures. So, appropriacy in using English means using the right words, phrases and expressions in different situations. Means at right time, we have to use the right word or right phrase. So, it's important to consider appropriacy because different situations call for different styles of language. See, there are some formal situations, informal situations are there. So when we are there in formal situation, we have to use certain formal phrases, formal words. In informal situation, we can use informal words. So like at formal situation, like at school, using polite language and proper grammar is usually more appropriate. But on the other hand, if we see when we are chatting with the friends or family, we use casual language and we don't follow the grammatical rules as well as we use the slangs also, because most of the time we find it more relaxed and more comfortable. So appropriacy also includes understanding cultural differences. So when we are speaking to the people having the cultural diversity, different cultural backgrounds, we should consider what will be the meaning and what meaning will be taken by the receiver. So we should know this thing. Appropriacy in the use of English, we have to use the appropriate words and phrases as per the appropriate situation. Now let's try to understand what is non-verbal communication. Now from the name itself, non-verbal communication means communication without using words. In short, we can say non-verbal communication is all about expressing yourself without using words, and it is possible. See, we do two types of communication. Verbal communication, it means the communication with the help of words, and non-verbal communication means without using words, we still communicate. That is non-verbal communication. Now, how do we communicate without using words? So, first from facial expression. Definitely everyone is having certain facial expressions, different kinds of facial expressions. For example, smiling, frowning, or raising eyebrows like this can show you feel. Means this facial expression shows your feelings. Feelings like happy, sad, surprised, or angry. And your face often shows it even before you say anything. Means this non-verbal communication conveys lots of meaning though the person is not saying any word. Then gestures, those also play very important role, like waving, pointing to someone, or nodding, like head nodding, also speak volumes without words. Yes, we can communicate without using words with the help of gestures also. For example, giving a thumbs up or a high five can show approval or excitement. Even the way you stand means the posture. The posture also expresses particular meanings, or move can send messages. Standing tall might show confidence, while slouching might indicate tiredness or boredom. Means this non-verbal communication implies lots of meaning when you are communicating with the receiver. Then eye contact also plays very important role. Eye contact that is also very powerful. So looking someone in the eye shows that you are paying attention and are interested in what they are saying. It helps create a connection between people. So when you are speaking, you should have the proper eye contact with your audience. Then tone of voice, that is also important. How your tone of voice is, it also conveys the meaning. How the what kind of tone is used by the speaker, means the tone may be loud, it may be soft, fast or slow. This can change the meaning of your words. So when we are speaking, we have to follow non-verbal communication also in face-to-face situations, because it is said that verbal communication and non-verbal communication goes hand in hand. Next is elevator pitch. Now, what is elevator pitch? Elevator pitch is like a quick, snappy introduction about yourself or your idea. Uh, it is called an elevator pitch because it's as short as a ride in an elevator. Now, here elevator means lift, where you only have a short time to talk or to reach the floor. So usually an elevator pitch is around 30 seconds long. It is a very brief and engaging summary that explains who you are, what you do, or what your idea is about. It's like a small teaser that grabs attention and gets the listener interested in knowing more. So we have to be careful very much when we are drafting any elevator pitch. For example, if you have a business idea, your elevator pitch might include what your business does, who it helps, and what makes it special. All in a short, exciting way. Or if you are introducing yourself for a job, you might mention your skills, experience, and what you are passionate about in your work. The goal of an elevator pitch is to make a memorable impression quickly. So, after knowing about elevator pitch, let's try to understand what is the information and communication technology and use of English. See, nowadays we use technology, that information communication technology we are using, and English language is used everywhere in this ICT. ICT refers to all the tools and technologies that help us share, access, and communicate information. So we often use English to code for coding. All the coding languages are in English. All the programs, softwares, whatever we use, they are written in English. Or when we have to create the website, we use English language. Many instructions, tutorials, and guides related to technology are written in English. So knowing English can be really helpful in understanding and working with these technologies, as well as websites, apps, or even social media platforms. They often English as their primary language. Many textbooks, courses, and resources explaining technology related topics are available in English language. Means ICT uses English language, but with the help of ICT also we can improve our English language. Means with the help of different applications we can improve our English language, we learn English language, we can enrich our vocabulary with the help of different applications, different websites. Even social media platform can be used to improve our English language. Means ICT uses English language, as well as we can use ICT to improve our English language. Now try to understand modes and types of interview. Interview is a meeting of two or more people to know the information, to get the information from the person. There are two persons involved in the interview. We know one is the interviewer. Interviewer means the person who conducts the interview, and another person, that is the interviewee. Interviewee is the person who appears for the interview or who gives the interview. Now, there are different types of interview. First interview is a face-to-face interview. Face-to-face means the candidate is also sitting there in the room, and the interview is also sitting there. Face-to-face, they can see each other, and the interview goes on. Then one-on-one interview is just a personal interview. Only one interviewer will be there, and one candidate will be there. Then panel interviews. Panel interview means more than 2 or 3 people are involved. There is a panel which is conducting the interview of a person. So that is a panel interview. Remote interviews means sitting at a remote places, and with the help of technologies, this type of interviews are conducted. There are the facilities of online interviews also by conducting different applications like Zoom, like Google Meet. The interviews are conducted. Phone interviews, certain interviews are conducted on telephone also, and video interviews with the help of video conferencing calls, or with the help of the applications which provide this video facilities. So apart from this, there are different types of interviews also. That is a selection interview to select the particular candidate. There is appraisal interview conducted every year to give the appraisal to the candidate. Promotion interviews are there, stress interviews, reprimand interviews, as well as grievance interviews, and one more interview is there, that is the exit interview, which is conducted when the candidate submits the resign. So these are the different types of interview. Then the last point which we are going to discuss today here is principles of creative writing. Creative writing, that is the imagination. We write with the imagination, we write our ideas, our thoughts, our feelings, or whatever the writer experiences in his or her own words in a unique style. So creative writing is a way to express thoughts, ideas, and stories in a unique and imaginative manner. So here these words are very important. The writer explains the thoughts, ideas, and all these are written into imaginative manner. So what are the principles of creative writing? Originality. Creativity should be original. It should not be copied from somewhere else. So the writer's thoughts, the ideas should be original. Then imagination and creativity. There should be something new. Things should be stated in a different style. So imagination should be there. Then whenever we are writing any creative content, we have to follow clarity and coherence. So as the audience can easily, or the readers can easily understand the content which we have written. Then character development, that is important when we are writing any short story. Characters development, that is important. Plot and structure, any creative writing should have a plot, it should have a particular structure, and the writer should use descriptive language. And before publishing any creative content, it is the responsibility of the author to revise and to edit the particular content. So we try to cover in this lecture our first module of communication skills in English 2. Thank you for watching.